By the year 2020, the world had changed, but Donovan had changed with it. After centuries in Europe, manipulating dynasties and guiding wars from the shadows, Donovan turned his sights to the new world. He chose New York City, a place of endless opportunity, chaos, and ambition, a perfect ground for the next stage of his grand design. Under the neon lights and among the towering skyscrapers, Donovan began the careful construction of his new coven, a brotherhood and sisterhood of vampires known as the Crimson Court. Each member was handpicked, each a piece in a larger game that only Donovan could truly see. Lara was the first he chose, a stunning, tall blonde with a taste for fashion and blood. Her crimson eyes burned with fierce hunger, and her powers developed quickly. She could move with supernatural speed, striking down enemies before they even knew she was near. Lara quickly became the face of the court in the city's elite circles, charming the rich and powerful. Anisha was next, a newly turned vampire, strong and brimming with raw energy. She was a young black woman, her body honed by years of athletics. As a fledgling, she struggled with her thirst, but under Donovan's patient tutelage, she learned to channel her strength, becoming the court's enforcer, feared across the city's underworld. Robert, a mature man with deep roots in the drug trade, brought influence and manipulation to Donovan's empire. Robert's power wasn't brute strength. It was his silver tongue, able to turn enemies into allies, or make a man betray his own brother with a whispered promise. With Donovan's bite, his persuasive talents grew even stronger, almost hypnotic. Willen, an Asian genius barely 25, was recruited for his mind. A hacker, engineer, and strategist, Willen brought technology into Donovan's ancient games. He built secure networks, laundered fortunes, and manipulated information at a level no human agency could track. Vanessa, a tall, strong black woman with the terrifying gift of telepathy, became the court's silent weapon. She could read thoughts, uncover secrets, and predict betrayals before they even happened. With her loyalty and skills, Donovan could always stay 10 steps ahead of his enemies. Bob Johnson, an ex-cop who knew the labyrinthine streets of New York better than anyone, was next. Betrayed by the corrupt system he once served, he found a new purpose under Donovan's command. His knowledge of the city's hidden corners and his connections to old allies made him an invaluable scout and fixer. Claus, a young professional fighter, was Donovan's most recent creation. After Claus suffered a humiliating defeat in the ring, Donovan found him broken and angry. Seeing potential, Donovan offered him rebirth. Now, as a vampire, Claus's strength and combat skills made him a deadly force, eager to prove himself to his new master. And then there was Mariana, Donovan's oldest and most beloved creation. Turned shortly after Donovan first arrived in America decades ago, Mariana was more than a lieutenant. She was his confidant, his shield, and perhaps the only one he trusted fully. Elegant, deadly, and wise, Mariana commanded the younger vampires with a mixture of fierce love and unbreakable authority. Together, these 7 formed the pillars of the Crimson Court. In abandoned subway stations, luxurious penthouses, and hidden sanctuaries beneath the city, they built their empire. Donovan taught them that strength alone was not enough. They would control the human world through influence, fear, and unseen power. Political figures, crime bosses, CEOs, all would eventually bow to the Crimson Court, whether they knew it or not. Donovan, sitting atop his throne in the heart of New York's forgotten tunnels, smiled coldly as he surveyed his growing domain. The city that never sleeps had just gained new rulers, and their reign of blood was only beginning.